There were oak trees at Grandma's house. She lived there with my Aunt Lucille. I liked the sights and sounds of her chickens, ducks, and geese. There was a long circle drive that ran past the barn, silo, and windmill. There was a garden and an old outdoor toilet and a small woodshed filled with branches and twigs to start the kitchen cook stove. There was cordwood stacked on the porch at the back, protection against the Minnesota cold. I liked the smell of Grandma's kitchen. She made sugar cookies and custards from eggs that were gathered in the hen house. There was a tall Jack Sprat tin canister in the pantry and a small trap door in the kitchen floor. The basement will always remain a mystery I wanted to explore. There was an old Buick car parked up in the woods. It was badly demolished by sticks and stones. But I liked to play there anyway. There were barns and sheds with horse harnesses and a tall gas pump with a glass top and vanes that went around. Oh yes, there was a lot to see and do at Grandma's house. There were wasps that built a giant nest in the trees and noisy geese that chased me, hissing and flapping their wings. There were woods and fields with meadows and streams as far as I could see and even beyond. Grandma is gone now, and so is Aunt Lucille. But these memories, they live on just as real. And I shall always, always fondly recall there were oak trees at Grandma's house. This is a way that I can really make a difference, and I'm at the age where I'm not going to live forever, so I think about what would my legacy be if I left here. If I had a lot of money, a lot of big things, a lot of pretty things, what would that mean? And nobody really remembers anybody for what they do for themselves. They remember a person for what they did for others and the world around them. So we're coming up on Little Basura Bay here and the beach. With a little more effort, we're going to be able to call this Bonita Bahia, or Bahia Bonita. That's a great empowering feeling to see that you're making a difference. I do this because it needs to be done. How do we inspire other people to get a view of something beyond themselves? And in a way, it isn't beyond us because we're a part of this environment. The environment is in us, and we're all going back to the soil. We're going back to the big compost in the soil to be reshuffled. So when somebody thinks the environment is separate from them, it's the small picture. Over there is that little beach that we cleaned up, and it's sparkling this morning. I mean, it's a whole new view. It's a whole new world. And we changed it. We made the difference. Be the change you want to see. Yesterday, ayer, trabajo aquí. Aquí, sí, es limpio. Aquí.
Sí.
Posible, necesito poco ayuda.
Poco ayuda.
Posible. Eh, sí, sí.
Ok.
Ok.
Mucha basura.
Mucha.
Demasiada.
No problema.
¿Eh?
Poco tiempo, todo limpiar.
Ya. Poco tiempo.
Sí.
Hay que tomar cuadro, ¿sí, no? Sí, pues no nos vamos a amanecer aquí.
Sí. Oh, ¿esta? No.
¿Eso no?
No, es
Es una red de pescar.
solamente esta.
Hule,
Es,
papel.
es
¿Esta dónde?
natural, es orgánico por tierra.
Sí.
Esta no.
Ajá.
Posiblemente un más persona. Posible él.
¿Voy a ayudarle?
A nosotros limpiar este
Sí, sí, está bien.
lugar por usted.
Está bien.
Bonita.
Bonito.
Cuando allá,
Sí.
finito, terminar.
Termina todo.
Todo limpiar.
Sí, yo le voy a limpiar. No,
Ya.
no tiene para comer. Pues quiero comer, no.
Posible en las tardes, poco fiesta por
Aquí.
hombres que trabajo aquí.
Sí. Sí, no sucio por la marano, ¿sí? No. Grupo de ecología. Es un grupo de ecología por limpiar playa.
I think the people want to improve the condition, but they need leadership. They need to see someone that cares. On their end of the spectrum here, they've been used to just having filthy conditions and just having bad conditions, and nobody really gets involved to lead, to make this difference, you know? To some extent, I would like to get this party that the birds are having on their clean beach. This is what's going on here. the birds are having a party to celebrate the clean beach. I don't know if you recall the other day when we came, there weren't hardly any birds around, but today at least as I view it, they're having a giant party to celebrate having a clean beach now. Yeah, in large part it's the work is its own reward. And there's nothing quite as empowering as being able to change the world around you for the better. And getting someone else to experience that joy the other day, the local people here, that was a huge reward as well. Because it empowers them now. Before this incident, they were just homeless people looking for food and no purpose other than that, probably. Now they're empowered because they see they can change their surroundings. They see they can have better living conditions, and they've found the joy of changing their situation and the power that's in that. There's huge power in that. These are people who have been this empowered for centuries, you might say, when their land was taken away from them. These people are landless in one sense, but in another sense, they live here. This is their environment. We saw the boat come that was inquiring about what we were doing. I guess they would have chased these guys away if if the authorities have not gotten the explanation that we're involved in environmental cleanup. So the area that we will clean next is from here to around to the island, basically. It's not so, the trash is not so extremely heavy along this steep bank, but when we get over to that point, there's a lot that's accumulated over there. To me, the green vision encompasses two aspects. For me, every day, green vision means that I have to do something consciously to help the earth, to help this planet. Whether it's going to recycle with some of the stuff that's being thrown away here, whether it's taking some of the organic material that I've made or that I've gathered somewhere else, whether it's leaves or grass that would otherwise be thrown in the garbage, or whatever the organic material is, and taking it up to the mountain.
Here comes the rancher. Hey, get a shot of him coming. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Oh, okay. It's my buddy. He's the filmmaker.
Well, we're taking some stuff up there, and he wants to do an interview with you about what it's like to be on the mountain up there away from people, and what you think about all this trash here that people are putting on our pretty mountain, you know.
They don't understand it. They don't know. They
Yeah.
just come and throw their trash. They don't.
No.
It doesn't mean anything to them. The mountain's beautiful. Working in, I've lived out in the open like that. Always lived in the desert.
Yeah. Your name is Ray, and you're the only guy living on the mountain, right, Ray?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. other aspect of green vision, as I see it, and as I try to live it, is that in addition to trying to do something positive for the planet every day, I try to do something and commit my thinking to doing something positive for a fellow human being. And so sometime in the day, I hope on each day to get in an opportunity to do something in a kindly fashion, in a spirit of generosity for another human being. We are here at Ray's Ranch, the compost ranch. There's a story on the plastic, it was in the trash too. There's kind of a pickle smell to this because of fermentation. And the urine is really good in this process because it's got nitrogen in it, which helps in the breakdown here. Yeah, so it seems like a lot of work, but it seems like it could be automated. It wouldn't have to be all handwork, and it wouldn't have to be on the top of a mountain either. One of the reasons it's up here on the mountain is because people just find human waste to be such a ugly thing. And therein lies a lot of the problems by considering it ugly, and even the term waste means there's nothing you can do with it. So everybody just sits on that throne and then tries to move away from it as quickly as they can, with no more thought to what's the effect on the environment, what's the effect on the overall contamination of our planet. But this will have to change if we're to have any progress. It's interesting how people consider clean and dirty. Now, the person that uses the flush toilet and then goes and washes his hands and has wiped himself says it's all clean. And they would more than likely consider this all dirty. But in a real sense, this is the clean, and what was going on with the flushing the toilet and washing your hands with soap is really the dirty. So there's a lot of education that needs to go on there. As you can probably witness here, the soil is the great cleanser. The soil does a tremendous job of cleansing everything. put a dead rat in here last week and some dead fish. In short order, that material will be turned into a rose because it'll be soil, and then we'll plant a rose, or we'll plant lavender or basil or rosemary, and in a true sense, the rat became a rose. I tell people that there's nothing quite as empowering as doing something to clean up the earth, to make it a better place. And that's my story.